What's up, guys? I'm Coby Smith.
And I'm Margaret Grew.
And this is Footprints on the Moon podcast.
Yes, the origins of something great.
Yeah, something great indeed. The truth about inspiration. No matter what your goals are, there are bound to be days when you don't feel like showing up. There will be cold calls you don't feel like making, exercises you don't feel like doing, and projects you don't feel like working on. We all have our off days. They are natural. Often people think that when inspiration shows up, it is a signal that that's the time. The time is right for us to work towards our goal. Or they think that they need inspiration to put them in the right frame of mind. Left unchecked, this dependence on the muse of inspiration can become like an addiction. When we wait for inspiration, we're giving up control of what we want in life to a fleeting feeling. The challenges involved with achieving many goals can create feelings of frustration and discouragement, feelings that are unlikely to inspire or motivate. I'm assuming that you're here to learn about how you can get inspired and get motivated. So make sure you smash that like button, make sure you subscribe so that you can keep up on all the episodes, and let me go ahead and tell you. Motivation, also known as inspiration, is the emotional byproduct of taking action. Once you start doing an activity and see some results from it, motivation floods through you to propel you forward. It's a response to activity and seeing tangible results, no matter how small. There will be days that you feel like inspired and days that you don't. Those of us who take action anyways are the ones that are more likely to make changes in our lives that we want to see. When striving for motivation and inspiration, think about these things. Take money, for example. The best use of money as a motivator is to pay people enough that money isn't a problem. Once you're able to take money out of the scenario, I know this sounds like a crazy feat. It sounds like something that's impossible, something that can't be done, or something that is going to be very complicated to do. But we can talk about that a little bit more later. Once you're able to take money out of the scenario, there are 3 factors that lead to a better performance and personal satisfaction. Autonomy, the desire to be self-directed. Mastery, the urge to get better at stuff. Purpose, the reason. So I'm assuming right about now you're a little confused, you're wondering where I'm going with this, you're wondering what this all means. Don't worry, I'm going to explain. So you need to figure out a way to make money a non-factor so you can solely focus on the task. Instead of having to focus on, oh, I need to do this so I can get my paycheck at the end of the day, or I'm doing this so that I can make some money, or so I can get the bonus, or so I can make a little extra cash. You do this because you decided to do this. Having to focus on money will distract you from your true goal, for your true purpose. If you take money out of the picture, you will instead focus on the work, focus on the task. You will need to figure out how to give yourself control over the task, give yourself autonomy. You make the decisions. If you want engagement in the work, self-direction, autonomy is the key. We all like and strive to get better. You will need to figure out a way to improve at the task and improve yourself. That's mastery. You will need to figure out a reason behind the task. Find a purpose. It will give you meaning. It will give the task meaning. It will give your work meaning. As a human race, we are purpose maximizers. We care about mastery very deeply, and we desire autonomy. Like I said earlier, you can use this to breathe motivation into others, and also use this to breathe motivation into yourself. A simple reward and punishment system as a motivation isn't good enough. Many psychologists, socialists, and economists have researched this and found it to be the case. For simple, straightforward tasks, a strategy like rewards and punishment might work. Tasks that are algorithmic, set of rules where you just need to follow along. But for more complicated tasks that require some conceptual creative thinking, a reward and punishment motivator does not work. A autonomous, mastery, purposeful strategy works in this scenario. If you find these traits in your tasks, you will find, more often than not, you will want to do them, and you will get closer to succeeding. If you find that it's no longer working, remind yourself of the autonomy, the mastery, and the purpose. Or rethink and find a new meaning behind the traits. I understand that in most people's lives it seems impossible to make money a non factor. Having that be the first step in this strategy may deter a lot of people from even starting on this path. But like I've said in the previous episodes, impossible is just a mispronunciation of I'm possible. So for all you extraordinary people out there still interested in figuring out a way to take this journey, let's go over ways to make money a non-factor, or at least less of a factor. If you're planning on doing this strategy on yourself, you might think about making this venture or activity a side gig and have another job for money to support it. You might also think about living below your means or taking time before you go on this venture or activity to save up some money. If you're planning on using this strategy on others, make sure that they're paid fairly from the start. Be willing to give raises when earned and or necessary. Also offer benefits. Once you're able to get money off your mind, this strategy will turn work or a task into adventure, into a journey, into a passion. So if you agree with this, or if you have already worked towards this strategy, or if you are interested in moving towards this strategy and implementing this strategy into your life, let me know in the comment section. I would love to hear your stories, and I would love to hear how it goes and your thoughts on it. Also, make sure you smash that like button. But before we end the episode, I have some homework for you guys. So the homework for this episode is figure out your dream and try to implement these traits into each step of the plan: autonomy, mastery, and purpose. Whether that dream is, I'm interested in getting physically fit, you can implement autonomy into planning the schedule. You're in charge of the schedule, you're in charge of when you do it, you're in charge of what you do at those times, everything. Mastery. You can master exercises. You can master different techniques. You can go to you can do karate. Try to master karate and use that as one of the exercises that you're doing, or jiu-jitsu, or boxing, or anything really. You can master. You can find tons of things that you can figure out ways to master and to push for to better yourself. And then find a purpose. Figure out why are you going to the gym? Why do you want to be physically fit? What's the purpose behind that? Whether that's health benefits, whether that's you want to be in shape, you want to look good for a girl or a guy, or whether you just want it. Figure out the purpose behind it. Figure out what's going to drive you to continuously do it, and then yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know how it's going. Let me know how it goes in the comment section. The quote for the episode today is, if you really want to do something, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. This quote's by Jim Rohn, and I love that quote. It's an amazing quote. And throughout this episode, we talked about motivation, and we talked about how to turn work into a passion, and how to push yourself, and all that stuff. But this quote kind of talks about how if you really want to do something, you'll figure out how to do it. If you don't want to do something, you'll figure out how not to do it. So make sure you implement that into everyday life, into what you're doing. Because if you push that strategy, if you figure out that strategy and you do that to whatever you're doing, unless you're following behind this quote, if you're not doing something that you want to do, it's not going to work. If you're doing something you want to do, it will work and you will get the most out of it. So, thanks you guys for listening, and I'll see you guys next week. Remember, we post here every Monday, so stay tuned. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, make sure you smash the like button, and see you next week. Bye.